In the annals of history, buried beneath tales of progress and civilization, lies the enigma of Evershade. A tale not often told of a magnificent city of the folklore, which vanished as though swallowed by the earth itself. A town that, according to records, ceased to exist 200 dawns of New Year before the turn of this century, vanishing without a trace, or so it seemed. Evershade, according to fragmented records, was a beacon of knowledge and prosperity, mysteriously erased, leaving mere specks of its mysteries. What secrets did it hold? Why was it erased from memory? Tonight, we embark on a journey, not just through space, but through the mists of time. Our guide, a cryptic journal entry from a historian who made a name for himself due to his early foray in unraveling the mysteries of lost histories, but said to have become obsessed with something and secluded himself to an estate in the outskirts of a small town and disappeared under mysterious circumstances while researching Evershade, leaving rumors of curses and treasures in the wake of his disappearances. Amongst the residents of this obscure town, who would seldom see him buying essentials in the local convenience store. A journal, discovered lying under a pile of dust and papers by a solo hiker, who entered the cottage to get cover from the rain, as though an epiphany from the cinders of Evershade jolting the hiker to the very soul. Our journey into the cryptic past that was the city of Evershade begins with the obscure references in the writings in this journal of a historian whose name had been lost in the passage of time, but whose findings seem to have risen him from the dead, as though calling us to follow his writings to uncover a grand mystery, the calls of the echoes of Evershade, beckoning us to sieve through the sands of time to find the ashes left behind the blaze of Evershade. His last entry provides the only clue, a set of mysterious coordinates encrypted within a puzzle. As the hiker opens the journal with shaky hands, a piece of paper falls down with a startling message that reads, "To those who walk the path after me, beware of the infernos that guard the truth," as though warning the uninitiated that there is no coming back from this. What lies ahead is not for the faint of heart. At the brink of discovery, the journal unfolds the path to Evershade with a cryptic entry of June 18th, 1889. Coordinates encrypted, a riddle guards the entrance. He who seeks to unveil the past must first decode the present. What did the historian discover? And could these scribbles hold the key to finding Evershade? The historian's notes are cryptic, filled with odd symbols and references to celestial events. These markings are not mere doodles, but a cipher, a hidden message awaiting to be decoded. His obsession with steganography suggests that the key to finding Evershade lies hidden within these encoded messages. The first step to unlocking Evershade's mystery begins with us, deciphering these coordinates. Despite the historian's warnings, the young hiker found herself drawn into the mystifying world of Evershade. Realizing the significance of her find, she has decided to bring the journal to us, hoping to bring together the believers, history enthusiasts, and those searching for the purpose of life, to decrypt the conundrums, the key to which could lead us to solving puzzles and mysteries that have remained unknown and untold. Like the young hiker, we could not stop ourselves from being absorbed by secrets the journal holds. We hope you too will help us in piecing his puzzle together. Steganography, the art of concealing a message within another, was an ancient method. Our historian seems to have used this technique to conceal the true coordinates of Evershade, fearing perhaps that the wrong hands might unearth its secrets. These ciphers have mystified the discovery further. What is the historian trying to guard, or is he warning us to return before we go too far? Or is that he is challenging us to see beyond the surface? Our efforts towards reviving this lost story were led by this message from the historian in his June 18th, 1889 entry. To anyone who finds this journal, if you are reading this, the mantle has passed to you. If you are drawn to seeking the hidden truths, heed this carefully. You now hold the key to a path few have dared to tread. Within these pages lie coordinates to the gateway to truths, forever shrouded in secrets and shadows. Be wary, for this journey demands not only wit, but courage. Remember, some doors, once opened, may never be closed again. Striving to uncover the tale further, we have deduced that the historian has left encoded messages in the symbols mentioned in this entry. Each symbol seems to correspond to letters and numbers, a combination of which should form unique celestial coordinates, perhaps a date or a location under the stars where Evershade's gates open only once in a century. We have been hard at work. It took us a lot of time to realize that not all is as it seems. Some symbols are decoys, meant to mislead and test our resolve. It was an extremely difficult task, full of so many wrong answers that we were at the tenterhooks of our resolve. But it felt like some force would not let us give up. It was calling to us to continue. With multiple trial and error, we figured out the key to decode the symbols given in the historian's journal. We have also managed to identify the decoys which were just meant to sidetrack and deter, and the scribblings in the corner of the journal entry seem to be coordinates of the gateway the historian mentions. Through wit and perseverance and collective efforts of our party and people like you, we've unlocked the first piece of this puzzle, which seems to span beyond our imagination. These are the decoded coordinates. Uncertain where these decoded coordinates are leading us, we could not stop ourselves from heading to the call of the gateway to Evershade beckoning us. The first layer of the puzzle peels away with the help of the key, revealing not just coordinates, but an invitation to a library in a decrepit part of a bustling city in the southern part of the country that archives lost cities' secrets, which not many have heard of. We headed to the library. As we approached it, we could feel a heaviness in the air and could almost taste the tantalizing draw of many forgotten lores. We were convinced of finding the next piece of the puzzle just around the corner. We felt like we were being observed, our resolve being evaluated as though time itself was judging us, challenging our commitment, criticizing us for taking so long in uncovering this path. We were drawn to a cupboard, feeling a magnetic pull. The doors flew open, as though welcoming a long-awaited friend. The whole experience so surreal that we couldn't even take a moment to reflect on the happenings. All we wanted to do, needed to do, was to start reading the maps, the documents the cupboard held. The first few papers contained models of celestial device and its mechanisms along with encrypted blueprints in the historian's handwritings suggesting he was close to discovering more than just a location. This device, we learn, is not just a model, but a machine designed to predict and perhaps trigger the very celestial events noted in the historian's journal. Seemingly a critical piece of the Evershade riddle. To unlock Evershade, we must understand and operate this ancient technology. But first, we need to find the device itself. The only clue we have is another encoded message stating in the historian's handwriting. Remember, the gateway to secrets is buried under weights of history, determined by the time of its loss. The gateway will become visible once the weight is shifted and time reversed, along with another coded string of symbols. Another thing we have determined from the documents is that the device is like a key to find the location of Evershade. It is based on a combination structure where we will have to get the right combination to activate the device. We have details of the mechanics which show concentric circles with symbols. We have to figure out the right combination. We found a barely legible writing at the back of the designs, which might be our clue to finding this combination. The writing says, "Seeker of the veiled skies, heed these words. The cosmos aligns not just in space, but in secrets. To unlock the sanctum that leads to Evershade, arrange the celestial guardians in their ordained sequence. Starting from the dawn of time, move as time flows. Begin where the heavens shine, the infinite expanse. Circle through the lanterns of night and day, moving to the rings of ancient might. Past the trio that whispers of sparkly cosmic tales towards the spiraling dances of distant realms, making the woven fabric of the cosmos your next stop, and end upon the tail of the shooting celestial wanderer. Only with the correct order will the gates acknowledge a worthy traveler." We need to solve both these puzzles to uncover the next pages of this Evershade story. Join us in this quest. Help us in figuring out these clues. The keys we have devised so far are shared in the description to help all the interested seekers.